stuff. Yep. Good stuff right there. Hey, folks, it's Mike from the Mike Weatherford Show. Seems like every time I talk to you, I got my mouth full of good food. Hey, let me tell you, I want to talk to you about something going on over in Huntington, Tennessee. Nanny's from Huntington is the one that catered the meal tonight. What y'all guys think about it, man?
It's great.
Can you talk?
No, I can't say a word right now. I used to say, hey, Grandpa, what's for dinner tonight? It's Nanny's, what's for dinner tonight?
It's Nanny from Huntington. I got Nanny's here. Hey, how y'all got, man? We appreciate the meal, man. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. We're blessed to be here.
Dude, you have overdone it tonight. Tell me what all you bring us, man. What all you got here?
We've got sausage balls, pigs in a blanket, various kinds of wraps. We've got haystacks, chocolate-covered strawberries, chocolate oatmeal cookies, strawberry chess squares, and regular chess squares.
Wow, that is great food, guy. What do you think, Ken?
Chess squares are awesome.
Are they? There ain't nothing I found that's bad yet, man.
Right. Me neither.
Well, tell me a little bit about Nanny's. Tell me a little bit about that. Where y'all at? Tell me a little bit about your place over there.
We're in Huntington at 18725 West Main Street. As you're going out 70 towards Jackson,
Right
there's our Facebook page.
Wow.
And it's a Purdy Road. Turns to the left. Old Stage Road goes to the right. We're right there in that little white block building.
Oh, great. So you can say eat it to Y.
Eat it to Y. That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, that's a great deal. So y'all got a restaurant or just catering over?
It's pre-order meals to go and catering.
Wow, pre-order to go is pretty good this day and time.
It is.
Everybody's busy, you know. Even Dana back here, you know, I'm the trophy. I don't know if you realize that. And sometimes she'll say, trophy, pick up something for supper. I'm not cooking tonight.
Right.
You know, Ricky, you ever go through that?
Yeah.
You do, you?
Well, I'm trying to eat this. I just saw him today. This is my twice endeavor today. Hey, can you tell I love it?
They're blessed or cursed.
Blessed.
Seeing you twice. That's what I like to. That's what I want to hear, brother.
Blessed.
Hey,
Blessed.
folks, I'll tell you what, man. We got a great show tonight. You don't want to miss it, but I want to tune in a little bit and tell you about Nanny's. They come over here and cater us a meal. Hey, if you need some pre-cooked meals, I guess, what do y'all call that? Pre-cooked? What am I wearing?
It's pre-order meals.
Pre-ordered meals. I knew this, man.
Everything's cooked. You just if it's ordered for tonight,
right?
It would be still in the warmer, still warm.
Right.
If it's something special, we might have it in a cooler.
Right.
So we have a grab-and-go cooler as well.
You got a website?
We do. CateringByNannies.com.
Wow, there it is. Homemade goodness every single day. Hey, man, we appreciate you bringing this over tonight. It's been a big hit. You have to agree with that?
Yes.
Yeah, we had to fight them just to keep enough in there for us to eat.
That's right.
It's like, you know, I thought I had a pretty good professional team. I think they're a bunch of damn buzzards. I mean, they fly. Look at Ken over there.
Head buzzard, Ken, I can tell you that.
I'm telling you, look at Ken over there. He just eating like a horse, ain't he?
That's right.
Pig in a blanket, hog in a blanket.
That's it, right. Pig in a blanket. They looked at me when they said pig in a blanket. Figure it out. Hey, guys, if you need anything over in Huntington, Tennessee, I personally recommend Nanny's in Huntington. Pre-cooked meals ready to go, pre-ordered meals ready to go. You got catering, you got a birthday party, you got a wedding, whatever you need. Take it from me, Mike. Nanny's in Huntington is the place to go. Y'all all agree?
Yes.
Hey, where's that chocolate-covered strawberry at? Somebody pick that up. There's one left.
No, I'm on a diet tonight.
I am too.
Get it, Mike. Get it. Oh, there you go. There you go.
One left. Fat Boy Delight. Hey, guys, we're going to go live here in about 5 minutes. If I'm done eating, hey, we'll see you in just a little bit.
Good.
Oh, my God. Little bit. Talk to you soon. Talk to you soon, guys. We got Mike Elam, the Buford Pusser, other story. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a great show. I'm done talking. I'm ready to eat. See you in a minute. Hey, folks, we got a great show tonight lined up. It's going to be I realize it's going to be kind of controversial, but that's okay. Let me tell you a little bit about what's coming up tonight. Pauline Pusser, the wife of Tennessee Sheriff Buford Pusser, was reported to have been killed in an ambush August 12, 1967, while riding in a car with her husband, Sheriff Buford Pusser. Buford Pusser said that gunmen attacked them, leaving Pauline fatally shot and himself severely wounded. This story was widely accepted and later dramatized in a 1973 film, Walking Tall, and its 2004 remake portraying Buford as a heroic crime-fighting sheriff. New investigation finding in 2022, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation reopened Pauline's case as part of a cold case review. During this reexamination, investigators discovered significant inconsistencies between Buford Pusser's account and the physical evidence. Key findings include evidence that Pauline had suffered domestic abuse prior to her death and blood splatters. This is where the issues start. Some wholeheartedly support Buford Pusser, and some are on the other side of this and claim he is not the man people think he was. As the host of this show, I want to remind you, we don't endorse either side of this controversial. We still believe in today's climate, everyone should be able to share their beliefs. And we're going to stick with it tonight. We got Mr. Mike Elam on the show. He's the author of the book, Buford Pusser, The Other Story. He's going to share with us his book, what's in his book, and we want you, the viewer, to make up your own mind. We'll be right back.
The Mike Weatherford Show is proud to announce we are now officially powered by TEC. If their fiber optic internet service can handle everything we throw at it here in the studio, from videos to calls and live streams, you better believe they can handle your home or business too. If speed, stability, and service is important to you, you can count on TEC. Thanks, TEC. Now let's get to the show.
I'm Dylan Weldon with the Drifting Cowboy Podcast, and you're watching the Mike Weatherford Show.
Recorded live in the studios of Brewer Street Mafia. This is a Red Dog Bread production.
And now, your number one rated show, The Mike Weatherford Show. Here's your host, Mike Weatherford.
Hey, welcome back to the Mike Weatherford Show. I'm your host, Mike Weatherford. I got a little something I want to do here before we get started tonight. I want to take a minute to thank Parish Police Chief Ricky Watson for his service to our community. Ricky left his post after 30 years of service, with the last 5 years as police chief. Ricky's commitment to serve our community has been passed down to his son, Dalton, who followed in his father into law enforcement. Chief Watson's early retirement was a shock, as most didn't expect our community's new direction to not include Chief Watson in the plans. We hope you enjoy your early retirement and your future remains bright. We echo Chief Watson's statement of wishing the Parish Police Department the best as they move forward. Thank you again, Chief Watson, for your years of service. There you go, folks. 30 years in law enforcement. That's what this show is about tonight. And, hey, Rick, appreciate your years, brother. Knowed you near your whole life. And appreciate what you done, brother. And appreciate your family following your footsteps, man. We all rejoicing for you, brother. But tonight we're going to be talking about something that's been controversial for a long time. Be honest with you, I grew up, and I probably still am, a Buford Pusser fan. I always liked the show. I liked the story. And, if nothing else, you can all admit Buford Pusser brought a lot of people into law enforcement after the show Walking Tall and just the story about him. And we found out there's some controversial about it out here. So we got a guy in here that's wrote a book that's very popular, and there's a lot of people that doesn't like his book. And that's okay. But we need to be in a society to where it's okay to disagree, and it's okay to have other opinions out there. And that's what I'm going to do. So if you don't like the message tonight, don't shoot the messenger. Just remember, we don't endorse anything. So I want to welcome, the first thing tonight, I want to welcome Mr. Mike Elam to the show. Welcome to the show, Mike.
Thank you for having me.
And you got your lovely wife with you tonight. I appreciate you coming. Introduce your wife for me.
Oh, this is my young bride of 53 years and my executive assistant. And got to give her a title after all that time.
She deserves a title.
She really did.
Yeah, and her name?
Connie.
Connie. Welcome to the show, Connie.
I refer to her as Miss Connie.
Miss Connie. I think that might be what you ought to do because, sometimes we can mess up and we got to get, if you're like me, I don't ever ask for permission. I always beg for forgiveness.
And I always remember that the doghouse is not far away.
No, there isn't. And I've always got my sidekick with me, Mr. Pepsi Cola himself, Ricky Price. Welcome back, Ricky.
Mike, it's always a pleasure. Thank you for having me again, as
What do you
always.
think about that food a while ago. Wow.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Grandpa, what's for dinner?
Yeah.
Hey, Nanny, what's for dinner tonight?
Wow. Dude, they was into my ear. Keep going, keep going. When I put that chocolate-covered strawberry in my mouth, I was done.
I'm not telling about the chest squares.
Oh, wow.
I told them in the back they're not any good, so leave them alone.
Yeah, leave them alone. Yeah.
That's right.
Might have a little crack in it. You
Oh,
reckon?
I know they do.
I know they do.
I know.
And I've got one of the new guys in the team. He's been with us now a month or so, Mr. Ken Atkinson. Welcome to the show, Ken.
Oh, thank you.
How you like working on the hey, look over here. What do you think?
sorry.
Oh, you're fine. What do you think? He's got to learn. What do you think being on the Brewer Street Mafia team? How you like this?
It's fun, man.
A lot to it, ain't it?
We get to eat and
Yeah.
meet a lot of cool people.
We do. We do
Yeah.
get a lot of cool people. It's an interesting, I don't know how to put it, just maybe something that you enjoy doing, I think.
Absolutely.
Hey, welcome to the team, man.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate all you do for us, man.
Thank you.
All right, now, Mr. Elam, I'll get it correct. You and I have talked, I think, twice.
Something like that.
Yeah, and we didn't talk much about anything. I've not read your book. You got here earlier, and you had some people in here, that wanted to talk to you and read and buy your book. And I seen you talking to people. You had a pretty good night. And tell me who exactly is Mike Elam.
I am just an individual that saw the movie Walking Tall. I used to be in law enforcement, and so naturally, when that movie came out, it caught my attention, and I just wanted to learn more about Buford. And he was such an amazing character in the movie. And if there's one thing I learned from this experience is that you shouldn't ever research your heroes because you might find things you didn't like.
That seems to be kind of what's going on. You just spoke about being in law enforcement.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your history in law enforcement. What was you a officer or what? There's rumors out there that I think I've read where they said you was a rent-a-cop maybe or something. So is that not true or what is it?
No, I'm afraid it's not. I was a deputy sheriff for Benton County.
Benton County, Tennessee? Or?
Arkansas.
Got you. Okay. I'm sorry.
I live about, 450
Excuse
miles
me. There's
from
a
here.
Benton County that joins us is why I was thinking.
Right, okay.
I'm sorry.
Need to clear up that confusion.
Yeah, you had me confused. Go ahead.
At any rate, this was in the early 70s, and that's when I
There's
met my
something
young
on
bride.
the monitor. What is this?
That is the badge and credentials that I had. Of course, I'm not sure I recognize that young guy. He still has a little bit
I
of
don't
hair.
even know if that's you or not, sir.
Yeah, that probably will cause some confusion
Yeah.
out there. That's me in 1990. I gained a little weight by then, as you can see.
You gained a lot of weight, it looks like, from
well,
here.
what can I tell you?
Well, I know-
she's a good cook.
That's what I was going to say. We'll blame it on Miss Connie, but go ahead.
So, at any rate, I was in law enforcement on two different occasions, in the 70s and then again in the 90s. I was a field deputy. I know there's lots of stories out there that I was not in law enforcement at all, and that
What is a field deputy? Explain that. What do you mean by that? Was you an investigator? I mean, honestly, I'm not, understand, Mr. Elam, I'm not here to make you look bad. We've spoke a little bit, but
Right.
you admit I kind of stayed away from you while you was here and ate. You probably seen me in here eating.
I did.
And I think you got some too. But What exactly is a field deputy? What does that mean?
but
Just a regular
basically-
officer like we have here?
Yeah, you just go out, answer any type of call that happens to come
Just
up.
a regular deputy sheriff.
Right.
Do you have any investigation credentials that goes with that, like investigating stuff?
Not in law enforcement itself. Most of
Okay.
that, you would assist the criminal investigators whenever they were working on something.
I see.
And but most of my investigation experience came in the private sector, where I was the director of loss prevention and asset protection for a company. We had a few thousand employees and several stores. Basically, that job entailed a lot of different things, and people try to run that down and say, all he did was chase shoplifters, things like that. But actually, you're investigating a lot of things, everything from extortion attempts to insurance fraud. You're developing all kinds of programs to prevent shrinkage in a store, and shrinkage being loss of money. And that can come from any kind of action that goes on at the store, from people as your trucks come in to deliver goods, people not checking them in properly, you're not getting all the product that you're supposed to get, so on and so forth. So you're developing programs to prevent loss.
Loss
there.
prevention. That's a broad spectrum there.
It really is.
Yeah, I can see that. So, what made you decide that you one day you're just gonna get into investigating Buford? I've read rumors that says that you're into it for the money. Now they say that about me too. In all fairness, they say I do this podcast for the money. Trust me.
There's no money in it.
There's no money in this. I don't know about you, so that's rumor's not true.
It's absolutely not true. The reason I got into all this,
I want to know how come you picked on my hero and decided to run him down the railroad.
well, because he was my hero and I wanted to learn more about him. And so I started looking into him. Of course, back in 1973, when the movie came out, you didn't have anything to fact check with. The internet wasn't here yet. All you had was a few books, mostly written by W.R. Morris, that told about Buford. And, you either accepted that or you didn't.
Right.
Well, when the internet came out, started looking into it. And, of course, there wasn't much out there at the very start. And most of it was pro-Pusser. But then you started getting into some of these talk groups. My first one was on Yahoo. And some of the locals here were talking about,
locals in McNairy County.
McNairy County
Okay,
area.
you said here. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
don't
speaking
wanna
of Tennessee.
Okay, I don't want to narrow you down, but I want it to be
Right.
perfectly clear so Mike understands, because I have never read your book, and I don't know nothing about it. So go ahead, sir. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
But at any rate, they were saying, the story that is out there is not true. And they started sharing some things. And you started to look into them and finding out a lot of those stories were actually true that they were telling, that they were saying that Buford took payoffs, that he was a womanizer, all sorts of things. But my interest was after watching the movie, was who killed Pauline? Why was she the victim? How is it they fired all those shots into that car and Buford got hit in the chin? That sort of thing, while she was shot in the head twice. And over a period of time, you just find out the story that Buford told was not true. For instance, if you watched Walking Tall, at the very last of it, you see that he's the technical advisor for the movie. Mm-hmm. And basically, he just told the Hollywood what he wanted them to
I understand.
tell.
I can see that part. But if they did a movie on Mike Elam, I think you'd want to be there, too, to make sure they didn't, get you too far out left field, further than you are now. But what decided this all these years since the 70s, you and I both was probably, you're a few years older than me, and I respect that, but we both seen the same show.
Yeah.
We both was our hero, correct?
Yeah.
What made you, after all these years, to get on the boat with, I want to see? Did you go into this investigation thinking you're going to find good stuff, or did you go in it looking for bad?
I thought that I was going to find something similar to what we saw in the movie, that there were going to be a group of people from the state line that would have been behind this ambush, and that they would have been the ones to have killed Pauline. And
That's not what you found.
And that's not what I found at all.
What did you find to lead you down the path of where you are now? What led you? Now, we moved on. I want to go back to where you are, but there's a TBI investigation now.
Yeah.
It just got done. I think they released it within the last year.
Right.
Back in your day, did you have anything to do with that?
No, nothing. What caught my attention, there was a bunch of us who used to research all this, and we finally obtained photos of the car that Buford and Pauline were in that day, and that kind of caught your attention because of the blood spatter. Now, you don't have
Explain
to be
the blood splatter. I don't understand what the blood. I've heard that everywhere. Blood splatter. What does that mean? Is it blood splatter a different direction than what the evidence show? What does that mean?
Well, what it means is, and a person doesn't have to be an investigator to understand this. It doesn't take a lot of training to get the basics down. And blood spatter being that, for instance, when blood from a wound hits a flat surface, like after a gunshot, it is going to leave a tail, and it's going to point in the direction that the projectile was traveling. And you're looking at the hood of Buford's car, and you're seeing it all go from kind of like the center of the hood and slightly over toward the passenger side of the car.
I thought she was in the car.
Well, she was supposed to be. And that
so you're saying that she was shot outside the car?
There's a possibility of that, because back in 1973, all they could do was type blood. Now they can do so much more with
DNA. That's right. They don't have none of that blood left to DNA it?
Not that I am aware of.
Wow, that would tell so much, wouldn't it?
It would. And there's a lot of things that I wish that they still had.
But, even policing, you was a policeman in what years did you say?
Well, early 70s, and then again.
From the early 70s and the 60s in Buford's days, it's a lot different than it is now.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think you can compare, and they call Buford crooked maybe, but that was just policing in the South in the 60s. I mean, I might be taking up for him, but is that not true?
It's one of those things where
they whooped your butt when they take that billy club out and whoop the shit out of you back in the day.
They take a hand strap.
Yeah, is that not
a slapper?
Yeah, there you go. So, are we trying to compare Buford time to the modern times? I mean, if that's not fair, is it?
No, but what you're looking at is evidence. It's kind of like now with DNA. They will look at a case that happened back in 1967, and now they have DNA where that they can go back, and if they have something to test back then, they can look at it now with DNA and
it's freed people.
Yes,
there's been people in the pen
absolutely
that it's freed. So
it works both ways.
It's a double-edged sword, Mr. Elam. It can be a double-edged sword. Wow, and so the blood spatter on the hood is what you found in your investigation, or did you find that in TBI? Where did you get that info from? I never heard that. Seriously,
we got that from.
Maybe I need to get out of from under the rock. Okay, okay.
We just uncovered the photos that were taken of that Fury, and there was a lot of things there that were telling you things that did not line up with Buford's version.
What was his story? Have you ever read his report? I can't.
Oh, yes.
Okay, what did he say happened? I want to hear not Mike Elam's story, but what could kind of paraphrase, if you would. That's not a hard question, I don't think. What Mr. Pusser said happened that night.
He said that he had been out working most of the night, and that when he got home, Pauline had received a call from someone that was unknown to her and wanting to talk to Buford. Buford got home, and he got a call. And this individual was saying, you need to go out to State Line Road. You're going to find something there that's both big and important. And Buford was trying to tell him, well, and the guy would only identify himself as a friend. And Buford said he tried to put the guy off, and the guy said, well, it probably won't be there if you wait. So Buford's story was that he was going to go out there. Pauline wanted to go with him, according to Buford. They got in the car. They drove that direction and said that they were going down New Hope Road. They'd passed the church, that he was going about 50 miles an hour, and that, well, basically 3,996 feet later, this car pulls up alongside of him, turns on its headlights, and opens fire. Now, you got to keep in mind that this happened at somewhere around 4:45 in the morning, so it was pitch dark. That road had just been maintained a day or so before with chip and seal, where they, put oil tar down on the
what we call tar and chip, maybe.
Yep.
A little fine limestone rock. Okay.
Yep. And
where did the car come from? Now, see,
it was supposed to be there by the church.
that's what the movie showed.
Right. And
Wow.
and at any rate, Buford said that shots were fired. One hit Pauline in the head. That she said, "Oh," and she was still alive. And he hit the gas. Wanted to get away. Didn't fire a shot back. Anything like that. Drives 2.1 miles, and he stops at Yancey Davis Road and New Hope Road intersection, just short of that. And he opened the door, started to get out, put one foot on the ground, still had one foot in the car, and he said this Cadillac caught up with him again, stopped on the opposite side of the road, that there was allegedly enough room, according to Buford, for a car to have passed between them. And the amazing part to me was he said that he was looking directly at Pauline when she was shot in the forehead. That was the second shot. Then he was hit in the chin. Now, in the movie, of course, it showed that he was shot in the jaw and allegedly had his jaw blown away. That's not true. He was shot in the chin and didn't break his jaw, anything like that.
Didn't lose any teeth.
Pardon?
He didn't lose any teeth at the time.
So it didn't go through his jaw, what we call jaw. You talking about jaw in the South? My mama used to threaten to slap my jaws all the time.
Yeah.
I think she's talking about the fat part. No, explain that to me.
Yeah, he was hit in the chin.
Okay.
And it was a questionable injury at that, as opposed to being like in the movie where he had to wear this facial cast,
Right.
because his jawbone had been blown away. Of course, you read different stories from different people that they found his jawbone out 20 feet away in a field, and so on and so forth. Not true.
Okay.
And
Okay, now, getting back to the blood spatter, this has got me fascinated. I never heard I thought the blood spatter was in the car, but it was on the hood.
it was both. And the point being,
Yeah.
if Pauline was in the car, if Buford was in the car when they were shot,
Yeah.
why was there blood spatter
Well, that's a good question.
appearing to come from in front of the
Yeah.
vehicle and
Now, that's
somewhat diagonally?
I don't know what to tell you because I've never heard that part. That is kind of strange. Could it happen when he got out? Or I mean, I'm trying to help him here, but it's not looking good. I know.
He claimed that he was sitting behind the steering wheel.
Never claimed he got out of the car.
Not at that point. He said that.
Do they know whose blood it was? They can no way to test it.
No, there wasn't any way to.
Did they blood type it or anything? Or
They had the type, but for some reason they didn't identify at that time whose it was. They did send some of it off to the FBI, and it came back as inconclusive. So
that was after the second deal. Did it come back, or they sent it off back them days?
they sent it off back then, and it
Wow.
came back as being inconclusive.
That's kind of questionable. If in the car, I can see that, but is it not you, Ken? Is that? Did y'all know more than I know here? Did you?
I didn't, you know.
TBI report, and the pistol, the 357. He said, "Can you clean it? I'll clean this up for you, Mr. Pusser." That kind of got me a little.
What now?
Yeah,
What are you talking about?
Sorry. Mike can tell you a little bit more about it.
Call him Mr. Elam, because you say Mike, I'm going to look at
Sorry,
you. Mr. Elam.
357 was it the officer that said, "I'll clean that up for you, Mr. Pusser"?
Yeah, that happened after they were found. Go out down near Eastview at Alan McCoy's store, that area. And Hugh Kirkpatrick was the chief of police in Selmer. A lot of people don't know that he was related to Buford distantly. He was actually related to Buford's mother. She was a Harris, and when she got married, and they were related. So there's always been some question about why would he clean up a weapon that may have been involved. Normally, you would just take that into possession and process it as part of a.
So he was shot with a. Did they ever find out the bullet that shot?
He was shot with, according to him, it was with a .30 caliber, but the TBI came out suspecting that he may have even shot himself with his own handgun, and possibly placing the barrel of the gun in his mouth, shooting himself. So,
Jesus Christ! You think he tried to kill himself?
No, it was to make it appear that he had been a victim of.
I should have read up on this. I fell out. I'm really so far behind. I should have read up. I'm just going with what I read.
There's a lot to cover.
There's no way I could do it. They sent me. I think you sent me the that TBI report. Ken, it was 2,500 pages, dude. I mean, I'm not,
That's a lot of pages.
Oh, my God. I feel like I'm back in the military, getting on some kind of a darn military raid here, dude. Yeah. 2,500 pages. Did you read any of that?
Yeah, you got to know what to look for, because it was just an investigation, and they investigate all these different people that you can kind of skip past that.
Yeah. And, when I seen that email and you sent it to me, I opened it up and it said, and it just kept loading. I said, Ken, what are you doing to me, guy? And I appreciate what y'all do for me. Let me explain. Do not stop doing that. I appreciate you. But 2,500 pages is a lot for somebody simple-minded like me. So I did not read that report. So I'm kind of, go ahead. I know you want to say something.
Well,
I think we're moving along pretty good here.
The interesting part is he claimed that after he was shot, that he was unconscious for a period of time. That when he came to, he looked over and saw the car still sitting there. So he gets out, charges across the roadway, grabs the barrel of the rifle or the carbine, which had allegedly jammed, and he made note that the car engine was not running.
His or theirs?
Theirs. And which is kind of strange, I think. At any rate, said that they started the car up.
The car was jammed and he grabbed the barrel.
The gun was jammed.
The gun was jammed, excuse me.
And he grabbed the barrel of it. Now, it had been fired 17 times.
So it should have been hot to grab a hold of.
Well, yeah, it could have been, according to how long he said he was knocked out. Or there's a lot of, I'll give you that. You're right. It should have been warm. Why didn't he pull his pistol and shoot back? Did he just not know?
That's a good question. That's a question that a lot of people have asked.
So had his pistol ever been fired?
We don't know, because Hugh Kirkpatrick took the gun, cleaned it up.
Who is this guy?
Now, he was one that was related to Buford distantly. He was
he an officer?
He was the chief of police of
Selma.
Selma.
Okay, so you're and understand, I don't know all these names,
sure.
So I know you think I know more than I do know. I don't know these people. So the chief of police come out to this shooting and got the pistol, Buford's pistol.
Right.
Okay, and didn't log in anything.
Said he was going to clean it up, and that's apparently...
Okay, now didn't they find the gun that they supposedly shot his wife with?
Well, that's where all this gets kind of interesting for me. Is
am I messing up your story?
I was looking for a long time.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I was looking for a long time for any evidence that I could find one way or the other to figure out who killed Pauline.
Yeah,
and people
that's fair.
Would send me stuff, and you'd check it out, and you would get all kinds of stories about, well, I think I may have the gun. And this guy calls me up one day about 3 years or so ago and says, I think I may have the gun that was used to kill Pauline. And I thought, man, I've heard this story a dozen times before, but you always ask because you never know. And he starts telling me the story, and he's checking all the boxes. And I'm beginning to think, man, we may be onto something here. And finally, he identified himself as Ricky Plunk, the son of one of Buford's deputies from that time. Buford really had two basic full-time deputies.
It's a small county back. Okay.
A lot of, there were a lot of constables that had been elected to be over certain townships, so on. But he actually had Jim Moffitt, who was his chief deputy, and Petey Plunk. And Ricky's story was that said his dad had given him this carbine when he was somewhere around 15 years old. And he didn't think too much about it then. He did ask his dad about it at one point, and Petey told him, said, well, Buford called me that morning from the hospital, told me to go down to Sibley's Motors, where the car had been taken to be processed, and he told me to get all the guns out of the car before the TBI got there to process it and make them disappear. And he said, for some reason, Dad kept the carbine. And he said, I don't know what happened to the rest of the guns, which includes a gun that Pauline would normally carry. That was never recovered. At any rate, I thought, man, we
that
are on
sounds good.
something.
Yeah, that sounds
so
good.
I got in the car, drove over here, and met with Ricky, talked to him, and convinced him that we needed to call the TBI and make them aware of it. Took it out. I shot it a couple of times, kept some of the casings, kept some of the projectiles. And
okay, now hold on. They found casings at the scene of the shooting.
Right.
Did they match the ones that's in that gun?
That I can't tell you.
They didn't investigate that?
Well, they had the casings, but ironically, and people try to make a big deal out of this, a lot of the evidence that they had 60 years ago has disappeared over time. People try to make a big story, a big conspiracy out of that. But the fact is, they had several different places where...
Well, they did lose the technology to go to the moon. They went in the 60s, and that's what they claimed. They lost it, right?
Well, I had dinner with Neil Armstrong one night, and he says he was there. So,
okay.
I'm
just saying, they claim they lost the technology. Y'all heard that, right?
Yeah.
But the TBI lost the damn cases from the 17. You said how many shots was there that day?
There were 17.
Oh, man, that right there is crazy. But I can understand. That's 68 to 2022. That's a lot of years.
Well, you also have to keep in mind that different agents worked on it at different times, because it was always an active case.
So there's no way we know for sure that is the gun. It's just kind of possession-wise sends it down there.
It checks so many of the boxes.
Man, have you tried to if you got the TBI to get off their butt and find them damn cases?
Yeah, they looked all over. There was for instance, you had several agents that they were passed off to. Over a period of time. As one would retire, the case would go to someone else.
And they might have kept them for souvenirs.
Well, as a matter of fact, they got in touch with John Sloan's son. He was the last one that they knew of, as far as I know, that had the casings. And they did find some, when they went to visit with Sloan's son, they asked if they could search the place, and he said, sure. And they did find a box in the closet that ironically had 30 caliber casings and projectiles. It also had a picture of Buford made out to the Sloan family that he had signed. And there was a file from the TBI that was there. But as far as the casings, there wasn't that much that they could check them against.
I can see that stuff gets lost, Ricky. It does. I can. But that is sad.
Yeah,
that they would lose the cases.
Sure,
that's kind of the hinging right there.
Well, you also have to keep in mind that during that time they kept a lot of evidence in a place they called the cafeteria. Some called it the barn, and the the building became dilapidated. They had to transfer all this evidence from one place to another. And it wasn't just this case. It was several cases, a lot of cases.
I've got to take a commercial break, and I probably, with my questions, that's just questions that I've been having with you talk. We come back from commercial break. I'm going to let you tell your story your way.
Okay.
Does that work?
Sounds
I think,
fine.
Connie, you want to help him, right?
Maybe a little.
All right, folks, there you go. I got to take a commercial break because, look, I got to pay the bills. I'm not like Elam. I'm not making all this money selling these books. So I've got to do a commercial break. Don't go nowhere. We get back. I'm going to let Mr. Elam tell his story, and you make your mind up. We'll be right back.
Here at Yoder's Country Store, we like to do things a little bit differently. We serve fresh lunches made right here in our kitchens. Take them home with you, or you can enjoy them right here in our warm and inviting dining room. A full deli with meats and cheeses sliced fresh, just for you. Fountain drinks, hot coffee, or delicious fruit smoothies. Add the finishing touches. Natural and organic products, as well as locally sourced foods you won't find anywhere else. We even carry canning supplies and hard-to-find country staples. And of course, friendly service every time you visit. And we're owned and operated by Amish and Mennonite families.
Order for bill is ready. Hey folks, James Yoder with Yoder's Country Store. We're not your regular grocery store. We're just 5 minutes from Paris. We would love to have you.
Just minutes from downtown Paris, come experience Yoder's Country Store at 75 Anderson Road.
There's something special about jewelry that's been cared for properly. When a ring needs resizing, a stone needs to be reset, or a favorite piece simply needs to shine again, it helps to have a trusted professional close to home. Potto Gold Jewelry Repair offers professional full-service jewelry repair right here in Paris. Ring resizing in both gold and silver, prong retipping, stone resetting, soldering, professional cleaning, and even watch battery replacement. Careful craftsmanship, excellent work, high satisfaction. Also buying and selling new and heirloom pieces. Visit Potto Gold Jewelry Repair at 415 North Market Street in Paris, or call 7316-449113. Potto Gold Jewelry Repair, where fine details still matter.
Is your tank on empty? For best gas prices in town, fill up at 54 Fuel Mart, 1213A Westwood Street. And don't forget your other tank. Grab hot fried chicken, wings, pizza, and on Tuesdays and Fridays, the best fried fish around. Got a sweet tooth? We've got freeze-dried candies, candy bars, and more. Rainy day? Stay dry and use our drive-up window. Farmers? We've got your dyed diesel plus parking for big rigs. Open 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day. If you're feeling lucky, play the lottery or grab a scratch-off while you're here. 54 Fuel Mart at the Westwood Y. More than just fuel.
Hey everyone, this is Jeremy Buckaloo reminding you to tune in to Sportscast with Jeremy Buckaloo live every Sunday night at 7:30 here from the Brewer Street Mafia Studios.
All right, folks, we got a great show next week. You're not going to believe it. We're back on Bigfoot. That's right. I got Steve Causey, the author of The Massacred LBL. He's coming back with Martin Groves. Martin Groves had a run-in with something he calls the dog man over in LBL. They're going to be live in my show going over what happened over there. I've heard a little bit about it, but I've never really had him on my show. I've worked with him on some other projects we've done. We're going to be talking about what's going to come up June the 13th at the Golden Pond Distillery. We have got Cryptid Town Hall 2.0. You can come share your encounter. You can hear the pros talk about it. I don't know what you call somebody that knows Bigfoot. You call him a pro, or you call him Mister, you call him crazy, or you call him all. I don't know. Call him Kevin Keel. That's what I'd call him. That's my producer. He believes in all this. And look, I don't say there's not nothing. All I say is I've never seen him. But anyway, over at the Golden Pond Distillery in Cadiz, Kentucky, we're going to have what I call 2.0. We run out of room last time. It was such a large crowd. We want to do it again. This time we got bigger, better, and it's going to be bigger than it's ever been. We got plenty of room, but I still recommend to bring you a lawn chair just in case. We're going to start at, it says 5. I thought it was 6. Somewhere between 5 and 6. Like I said, I don't, my team does a great job, but maybe I need to pay more attention to what's going on. But anyway, they're going to be in here next week. Martin Grove, Steve Calls, and we're going to talk about what they run into. We're going to talk about what you can expect over at the Town Hall meeting coming up June the 13th. This Bigfoot stuff is getting to be more and more and more. Martin Groves, he's been on Monster Quest. He's coming live in the studio, and he says there's new stuff out there he's finding every day. And I ain't seen nothing but Kevin Keel, my producer. I think he's Bigfoot. And now we got Ken in here. Hell, he's got some Bigfoot in him. And Ricky, he is a Bigfoot. I mean, that's the only one thing I can tell you. They all, he does got big feet. It's coming up next week right here. You don't want to miss this show. It's going to be a great show. And you can find out more information about what's coming on up over at the Golden Pond Distillery, June 13th. Don't forget, coming up on Tennessee Informer, Law versus Law. The issues is growing. They're talking to me. I couldn't hear what they said. Anyway, Law versus Law. The issue is growing. Where does it stop? Special guest Chris Holton to be in here talking with Dave. You don't want to miss him from the Center for Security Policy. It's coming up Monday, May the 18th, 7 p.m. Tune in. You might learn something. Sports photography is coming. Sportscast. He took a vacation. He's coming back, returning Sunday, June the 7th. Sports photography. 3 great guest photographers are coming in. Go find out all about the sports photography. That's a big deal. You see some pretty cool pictures in that. Catching guys in flight when they catching balls and stuff. There's got to be an art to that. So that's coming up here live Sunday, June the 7th. Sportscast Live with Jeremy Buckaloo. Hey, got to tell you about this. TEC has now connected over 1,200 of my friends here in Paris, Tennessee. And they know what it's like to have the fastest internet available in the Southeast. Hey, we run it right here at the studio. It's the best, or I would not be out here talking about it. They put in over 300 miles of fiber optic. Hey, as fast as you click a button, that's as fast as fiber optic is. And TEC is the only game around here in Paris that you can get fiber optic line. They sponsor us right here at the Mike Weatherford Show. And I'm telling you, guys, when I bring these people here to eat their food and I tell you about internet, if it's not the truth, I wouldn't be telling you. If you haven't done it yet, contact the BPU and become a member of TEC. You'll thank me later. Whiskey Ridge Pickers is going to come up here at the Heritage Center annual spring fundraiser coming up the 7th till 9 p.m. May the 23rd. Bring your cheer. Tickets are $25. Includes 2 drinks. I don't know what they're going to drink down there. Heck, that ain't bad, depending on what the drinks are, ain't it, guys? That might be a good deal. Yeah, might be some of that Golden Pond Distillery slid in down there, but it says beer and wine coming up. But anyway, you don't want to miss it. It's coming up May the 23rd. The Heritage Center annual spring fundraiser. Go down there and help them. There's a lot that they do for the community. If you like history like I do, you need to be a big part of this. Coming up May 23rd at the Paris County Heritage Center. Hey, don't forget the Peddler Advantage. If you got your free copy yet, hey, you can place your 20-word classified to run for 4 weeks for only $10. And guess what? When you open it up, you can find out all the great shows on the Mike Weatherford Show, the Tennessee Informer, and Sportscast Live with Jeremy Buckley. They're all listed right there. 40,000 of these papers are printed. They go to 9 counties. Been doing it for 40 years. Hey, go get you one today. Hey, we keep growing. Mike Weatherford Show. We always tell you we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on all the major platforms. You want to find out more about us? Go to www.myparistv.com and find out all the great shows at the Brewer Street Mafia Kill Studios. All right, folks, we've been sitting here talking with Mr. Mike Elam about the book he wrote and about what he found out. You know, he's kind of hammering on my hero here, but, you know, we can agree to disagree. That's what we all need. There's his book right there, Buford Pusser, The Other Story. He's live in the studio, and he's been telling us some stuff about it. I like his kind of stuff. You know, it's okay. You know, if you know, we got to agree to disagree. Mr. Elam, I've said your name right, but when I have it wrong, I want to apologize. But I appreciate you coming in and telling that story. You know, it's kind of heart-wrenching to me to have to hear this. You know, you can understand. I hope you felt that way too.
Absolutely, because when I started to learn some of the things I did, I almost quit looking into this altogether because I was so disappointed in what I was finding. And oddly, it was when I got to thinking, every person in the story has an interesting story of their own. And so I just kind of kept going. I mean, Pauline had an interesting story, Diane, Mike.
A lot of deaths in this story. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
A lot of killings.
Absolutely.
Go ahead now. I think I kind of got you off your track because you were saying stuff that I had to ask questions on.
Right.
I told you coming in here, I was not going to debate you, and I was never going to disrespect you. But I had to ask questions, and
that's the only way you learn.
It is. And microphone's yours, sir.
Well, let's start at the very beginning. It's one of those situations where Buford made the claim that back in 1957, February, that he went down to the state line after he got out of the Marine Corps. He had his mustering out pay, and that, according to him, that he saw he was gambling while he was down at the state line, and he thought somebody was doing some cheating. He confronted him about it, and for that, he alleged that he was beaten up, cut up, robbed, thrown out, left for dead. The only problem with that story is that there's no police reports to validate that, no medical reports. And you would think in a town of roughly 1,200, 1,500 back then, that, the town is small enough where you know everybody and you know everybody's business. But yet nobody came out to say that they ever saw Buford with all these stitches that he was supposed to have. And so that kind of raised some eyebrows. His father had been the chief of police there in Adamsville. And with him holding a position like that, you would think that if his son had been treated that way, even though it wasn't in his jurisdiction, he would get with the authorities in the area where it did happen and address it, but there's no evidence that he ever did. So you have no police reports, no medical reports, no witness statements, no photographs, nothing to verify his story. You go on and you find out that in 1959 then, he was accused of coming from Chicago where he was living and working then. He'd been married about a week, a little bit more, when he was alleged to have come down to the state line and actually almost killed W.O. Hathcock, according to the papers that were filed against him. You know, he had to go to court for attempted murder and robbery and such as that. Well, unlike the movie that we saw, in the movie, there was only Buford that went in, and he had to fight about a dozen state liners and all that to get his money back that had been taken from him. Well, in reality, Buford and two of his friends that were from the area, all of them had moved up to Chicago to work at the Union Bag Company, and they came down with him. And the three of them were involved in all this. There wasn't a crowd of state liners in there. It was just W.O. The place was closing up. Larice had gone to bed. You know, they had living quarters there in the plantation club. And so it was the three of them against W.O. Hathcock. They returned to Chicago, and they established that Buford may have been involved, the others may have been involved, and they were arrested and extradited back to Alcorn County, which is another fallacy that you see in the movie because they want you to believe that they were on trial in McNairy County. It was actually Alcorn County. And
the movie can confuse you. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
At any rate, they have the trial, and he is found not guilty. And of course, I guess it's one of those things where a big part of that was that allegedly they had the personnel manager from the Union Bag Company bringing down time cards to show that the three men were actually at work that day. Later, Buford would admit that they had a friend clock all of them in, all of them out, which kind of nullified that story. And I guess they wanted to be paid for the day and have an alibi and the whole 9 yards, and this kind of took care of that. But, you know, you have to ask yourself, why would Buford admit to a newspaper reporter that they had committed perjury in order to escape the charges? But to go on, you know, you got into all that, and then you started checking into other things, and I ran into W.O.'s son,
And who is
Dennis
W.O.?
Hathcock.
Okay.
W.O. Hathcock was the one that owned the Plantation Club where Buford was allegedly beaten, cut up, robbed.
I got you.
And then when I met Dennis, he was telling me his story about it, his and another individual. I'm cutting this short just because there is so much of the story to tell.
Oh, it's just crazy.
It's one of those things where Dennis and Johnny, along with a lot of other boys, had the hobby, I guess you would call it, interest, that they would often follow Buford around, see what he was into. Well, on this one particular night, they knew that he would probably be in Eastview to meet one of his girlfriends. So they got there prior to Buford's arrival at the state maintenance slot. And Dennis and Johnny Harrison crawled up on a pile of chert, whatever you want to call it. And sure enough, Buford pulls in. A little bit later, his girlfriend pulls in. They have word. She leaves. He leaves, and then he comes immediately back. And then shortly thereafter, a car, Chevy Biscayne, pulls in. Two individuals in it. Only one gets out, and there's a gun exchange. And guns are transferred from one car to the other, and the boys write down the tag number of the car. You know, they're out there playing detective. Well, when Buford takes off, he heads towards Selmer, so they get on their motorcycles, follow him there. They knew that where he was going to be, and that was, because apparently he and this lady friend had an argument there prior, so they figured that they would be at Deborah Cox's house. So they go up there, park across the street, up in a graveyard cemetery, and sure enough, Buford is there. He's trying to get in the house. He's wanting to see this girl. She's not wanting to see him. A lot of commotion. She ends up leaving her house, Cox's house, and running to her house, which was just down the street a ways. Buford couldn't catch her, so he gets a little bit upset. He gets in his car, makes some noise, and then he drives off to a station there in town, Phillips 66. And they follow him down there. They seem to get on the phone, speak with somebody. They had no idea who he was speaking with, and then he gets in his car and heads towards Adamsville. And at that point, the boys think the night is over, so they go home. Dennis was staying with his grandparents out near Eastview. And wasn't long before Johnny was calling, and saying that, hey, there's been an ambush out on New Hope Road, and Buford's wounded and Pauline's been killed. And so Dennis gets on his motorcycle and goes down that way. Now, something I might throw in there that preceded this even was that morning, that night, Diane had come home from Memphis, and Diane was Pauline's oldest daughter, Buford's stepdaughter. And she was staying in Memphis because she did not want to be around Buford. And I won't go into the details there about why, but according to relatives, she had witnessed Buford and Pauline in arguments, allegedly, where that she would say that Pauline would be abused by Buford, and in order for Dewana and Mike not to see it, Diane would often put Mike in the clothes dryer and Dewana in a cabinet.
So, excuse me, I'll let you talk, but I got to ask this question. So Pauline was married prior to Buford?
Yes, and I should have mentioned that.
Okay.
She was.
So I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah, she was married to Pete Vance, and this was in Chicago.
What happened to them?
Well, he was abusive as well, so they ended up in a divorce.
Okay.
And she had Mike and Diane, something that...
so she had a child with this guy, Vance guy, did you say?
Yeah.
So two children with him in Chicago.
Well, actually 3. There was Karen Felicia, and the family suspected that she was mentally and physically incapacitated in a number of ways due to the abuse of Pete Vance.
So they didn't meet in Adamsville. He met her in Chicago and married her and brought her back to Adamsville.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
And when he got back,
so she was abusive too. He was abusive to her too.
Correct.
Her first husband. Wow.
Pauline didn't pick out.
It don't seem like she
good men.
No, it didn't seem like. Go ahead. I'm sorry, but I just wanted to make.
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I'm glad you did, because that's a detail that needed to be mentioned. But at any rate, that morning when Johnny calls Dennis at home or at his grandparents' house and says, this has happened, Dennis gets on his motorcycle. He rides out through a couple of farm fields, taking a shortcut to the area, and he gets to New Hope Road. He's there near the church. He doesn't know which way to turn, so he turns and heads toward the state line. He goes down a little ways, and he finds R.C. Matlock, who was one of the constables there at the first ambush site. And Matlock chases him off, says, "This is a crime scene. You don't need to be here. Get on your way," so on. So Dennis rides on down the ways, and of course, like I said, all this area had been freshly maintained. You had a lot of white gravel there, and he said as he was riding down through there, headed to the state line, said he saw all this brass and glass reflecting light, and he stopped. And
was it daylight?
By that time, it was.
Okay.
And so he looks at it, starts to pick up some of the casings, and thought better about it because, Matlock had already told him it was an ambush scene back down the way. So he's looking around, and he sees a piece of Pauline's scalp and bloody blonde hair on it.
Wow.
And so he turns around, heads back down toward where Matlock was, and tells him that, hey, the ambush probably happened down here. And
what was at that first site he was at then?
Well, they had found a couple of small caliber rounds down there and a small pile of glass, and for some reason, Matlock was convinced that that's where the ambush had taken place.
He hadn't moved up yet to find
He had not moved up.
So there's nothing crooked there. He just hadn't found. Okay.
He just didn't know.
Okay.
At any rate, it was at that point where when he gets down there and he's telling Matlock what he's found 2.1 miles down the road, Matlock is still trying to tell him, you need to get out of here. There's going to be all kinds of cops. And about that time, here they come. So Dennis just sticks around anyway when everybody starts arriving. And he finally got a chance to talk to Warren Jones, who was an investigator for the TBI, and told him about what he had found down the road. And apparently Jones didn't think he was finding anything at that first site, so they went down and took a look and decided that is where, most of it happened. And that's where Buford started telling the story about how the shooting took place, as we covered earlier. The odd part of it was that Buford would go on to say that after the ambush and the car had pulled away, he went to the trunk of his car to get a .30-06 out of the trunk and was fumbling around trying to find the keys, realized he'd left them in the passenger's compartment, and then he remembered that he had loaned this .30-06 to Charlie Brown, friend of his, and he was going to take the gun and go find these guys and kill them. Well, now you've got about an hour, 15 minutes, hour and a half that's kind of unaccounted for, where Buford is out there driving around, and it's in his statement that, he gets down to Highway 45. He looks down toward the Mississippi side, doesn't see this blue Cadillac that was allegedly involved in the ambush.
And his wife is injured in the car while he's driving around all this time.
Yeah, that's strange. So hour and a half after the shooting,
he's driving around looking for these.
How do they get that time frame? How did Buford say that he was riding not long, or is that just missing time?
They are looking.
Not doubting
they are looking at it from the time that they established that the ambush was supposed to have taken place, to the point where he gets on the radio and calls for help. That's 6:10, and they find him somewhere around 6:20.
Wow!
And if all this started around 4:45 to 5 o'clock,
there's a little time there.
There's a lot of missing time there, and
I agree with that. There is.
And it made me suspect that Buford was probably just trying to think of, how am I going to explain this? And what am I going to do?
He met the ambulance and didn't stop for the ambulance, kept going. They're trying to flag him down.
They finally have to kind of box him in and force him to stop.
Do you think it could be just the trauma, of going through that? I mean, is there? I'm trying to give him an out. Okay, I'm trying to help the guy out here. Okay?
Hey, he was my hero as well.
Man,
if you go back and look, you will see where for years I defended him.
Yeah,
and finally you just reach a point where.
Ricky, I want to hear you and Ken's idea on this. Y'all are listening like I'm hearing. Is anything different than what you thought going into this?
The timeline, the hour and 15 minutes. Yeah. You're gonna bleed. You're easily going to bleed out with, you got a lot of
I would think so.
That would speak my.
And why wouldn't he go to the hospital?
Exactly.
Well,
that's the. I'm sitting here.
There's some questions here.
Better question yet was when he got down to Highway 45 in New Hope Road. Why didn't he turn and go into Corinth, which was he'd probably been 5 miles away from the hospital as it was,
right.
instead of going to Selmer, which was 17 miles away.
Somebody said here, she put 3 things up here, said the brass had already been picked up by Bill Fullwood. I don't know. And somebody asked, how did Dennis know where to go, especially both sides? John asked, how many of the start witnesses are felonies? And somebody said he was in shock. So that's the questions coming in. I mean, dang, man, you're killing my hero, brother.
Oh, I know. Killed mine as well.
I can't argue the point with you.
As far as...
let me say this if I can.
Sure.
Everybody's wanting me to debate you and all that. I can't debate you. I don't know. I should have done my homework. But you've told a story that makes me wonder, Ken. I mean... You've tried to give me information. Read this, Ma. Ken got that great voice. He's got a voice, don't he? Ken does.
Oh, he does.
That's wonderful.
He's a hero voice.
Yeah, he does. I ought to make $1 million that voice. Just saying.
Give me half.
Yeah, there you go. That's all I want. But anyway, he tried to. But I kind of go into it. Like I told you earlier, you and I spoke a little bit. We talked before you come in the studio. But I want the public to know I'm not lying when I say I finally got up and said, Mr. Elam, I don't want to talk about it.
Right.
Did I not tell you that? And what did I do? I walked out of the room.
That's it.
And that's the truth, folks. That's the truth. Because I don't want anybody to think that I've made up with him and we worked all this out. We haven't. We did talk on the phone. And I do talk to some, I guess. I usually talk to them once, and I talk to you on the phone. And but I don't think we really got into the details. I don't think.
No, there's a lot of components that we haven't talked about yet, like Pauline.
Yeah, anybody any questions you want to ask her? You know, I'm sure y'all been putting questions on her. I've seen some popping up, but a lot of them has fell off the screen that Dana put separate for me. I've seen some questions about how do we know it's automatic, M1 or M2? There was that question. I sent a question about the brass, and I think I asked that too, you know, but they ain't got no brass, folks. They lost it. I mean, so that, but all due respect, that gun is just hearsay without that brass. Would you agree?
Until you look at a lot of things that we haven't even
I understand there's
discussed.
a lot that you know that I don't know, but I've been fair with you, have I not?
Oh, sure.
So the casings they found, where they from? I mean, they lost.
They know what kind of gun they was. The casing. Did they write down they was 30 carbine?
Yep.
We know that.
The 30 caliber carbine rifle or pistol?
Rifle. Okay. That's an M1, or it could be M2.
Yeah,
could be
that's right.
one.
But it was a carbine, yes.
Yeah. So, but they lost the brass. But you feel comfortable that gun is the one that was, if your theory is right, that's the gun that Buford might have shot his wife with, is what you're thinking.
Right.
Shot everything with. Wow. We need that brass, TBI.
It's not
we all agree, right?
I don't think it's the TBI's fault because when you follow the chain of possession of the brass, and it goes to John Sloan, who was a TBI agent, and then they find it.
Your years in law enforcement, you know, we could have the chain, but a good defense lawyer could throw that out.
Yeah.
That gun is irrelevant because you can't match it, right?
But there is so much other information that, regardless of the gun, you know, for instance, something I haven't covered here is
about what you ain't covered. We ain't got
about the time. Yeah,
we got 4 days. No, I ain't got 4 days.
About the time that Dennis and Johnny finished following Buford that night, you've got LaVon Plunk, Petey's wife, who was Pauline's best friend, taking Pauline home, and she was going to, you know, help Pauline and the kids get away from Buford. And while when they arrive at the house, well, Pauline asked her to come in the house, and she said, "No, I don't want to. You know, Buford doesn't like me. I don't want to be here if he happens to come home. I'll park down the street just a little ways."
Can I butt in? Because I don't want to keep you too late. But here's the $1 million question to me.
Sure.
What part of the autopsy convinced you Buford did it? Or did the autopsy prove he didn't do it? I have not read the autopsy, folks. I'm asking this man right here.
Buford's story, and he made this.
Does the autopsy
statement.
prove you, or does it prove the other side?
I think it proves me, because he said that he was looking directly at Pauline when she was shot in the forehead.
Right.
The scans from the autopsy shows that she was shot in the back of the head, not in the forehead. There's a big difference between an entrance wound and an exit wound. Anybody that's
I would say, I can't argue the point with you, but it's been a little over an hour, and I know I did give you 30 minutes. Did I not?
Yes.
I gave him 30 minutes to rattle on, and maybe we can do it again.
I'd love to.
It's a long trip up here. I realize that, and I appreciate it. I've been flooded by people on the other side wanting to come in. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know. I don't want to make my hero no worse, man. You broke my heart, Mr. Elam. I said your name correct. Did I get a bozo button?
Man, you get a gold star.
At the end of the damn show, I finally pronounced his name.
That's right.
Correct.
It ain't Jack either, okay?
Anything else you want to quickly say before I let you leave? I want to make sure I give you the ample time and respect you deserve.
Well, one thing that I would like to try and impress upon people, and going to tell just a very short story here.
Sure.
1967, there was a movie, Bonnie and Clyde, and you had Warren Beatty that was starred in that, and you know, in the movie, they glamorized Bonnie and Clyde, and at the end of it, you know, people were really saying, "Man, it's too bad that those two got killed." It's kind of like they forget that Bonnie and Clyde committed
people.
13, and 9 of them were police officers.
But Mike, is it not human nature? They want to claim that Billy the Kid lived on, Jesse James lived on. We want that romantically to live on, right?
Yeah, but my point
that hero.
My point is, Joe Don Baker did a great job of being Buford in the movie.
He was great.
Yeah. However, think of it this way: what would have happened if they had reversed or flipped the script and said, "Okay, we're going to make Joe Don Baker out to be to fit this particular story that the evidence seems to support."
You're saying if they had made Buford Pusser what you think he was, how would we feel?
Yeah, exactly.
So, I don't know.
If they took your book and wrote the story,
somebody asked again, how many of Mr. Elam's witnesses were felons? That's a fair. I don't know.
They always like to go into that. But
Who's they?
Any of the naysayers.
Oh, okay.
But please list a lot of the people that you talked to.
For instance, they forget that while I'm interviewing people from the state line
Buford
side,
wasn't dealing with a lot of good people. I mean, wasn't a lot of them criminals?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but he talked to a lot more people that were
but
professional people that were not criminals.
Somebody else, Greg, somebody asked, will evidence prove Pauline was shot standing in front of the Plymouth? Yeah, that's kind of my question. Would a bullet, that's confusing to me about the blood spatter on. I don't know what to say about.
But it was two different places, right? They thought.
Yeah, but what if he'd have shot her? Wouldn't have found blood splatter? I mean, other than blood, wouldn't have been brain matter on the hood? I'm lost. I didn't know nothing about the hood splatter. But I mean, if they shot her in the damn head, wouldn't you think there'd be brains on the hood?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if they found.
You understand what I'm saying?
I have not seen any sign of that on the hood.
Yeah.
But here it was in the ditch.
Yeah.
Something else that they like to really harp on is, for instance, they'll say, well, it wasn't an exact replication of the shooting. They'll say, when the TBI did all this, that they had these gel models that they were shooting into, and they're saying, well, it wasn't the same type of car, so on and so forth. And what they don't understand is that doesn't matter. What matters is not the car, but that you have Pauline's height, Buford's height duplicated, and that you can do measurements
the angle
to get that. You can do measurements to get the angle. Buford's saying they're sitting over here in this car. You find out exactly how high the window is. What Buford described as the shooter, you can simulate the trajectory, the angle.
Yeah.
And, of course, what that showed in the videos that are in the report is that for Pauline to have been shot in the head, the bullet would have had to pass through Buford's shoulder. And they don't want to talk about that part.
Well, I can't talk about it because I don't know what the hell you're talking about. All I know is I didn't know about blood splatter on the hood. Buford Pusser was my hero. Let me tell you a little history about myself. My sister worked for the local newspaper here when she was younger. Buford was still alive before he had the wreck in his Corvette and killed it. She got to go down to there and interview him for the local paper. And I don't know if it was when a movie was coming out. I don't know what reason. And I begged her to find that thing. She said, I don't know. My sister, she's looked and looked. I can't find it. You can't find it. So evidently, the FBI and my sister are one and the same. She can't find the damn porch when she went to interview him, and they can't find the bullets.
Well,
that's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
It is, but again,
ain't y'all got some stuff in the back you want to put up here about some movies about Buford? Or did I miss something? Is that what you said in my ear? Folks, if I look like I'm having a stroke, I'm not. That's the control room talking to me. I'm not stroking out. I might not order to say that because I might have a damn stroke, and y'all think it's somebody talking to me in my ear. I know.
The one thing I would like to say, Mike, is
yes,
everybody wants to make the bullet casings and projectiles the story. It's not.
I know it's not, but it's very damn important.
It's important.
With the gun. Only with the gun. Okay.
But
I'll give you that.
When you take that out and you listen to the testimony that all these other people that we haven't even touched on.
Yeah, there's too much. It's too much to touch on.
What
we
what
did a
they
good
had
job
to,
tonight.
what they had to say, and the totality of the evidence points toward Buford. Any way you look at it.
I can see maybe you believe that, and I understand you believe that, but you know so much more than I do.
Well, I've studied a lot forever.
Well, hell yeah. And Miss Connie,
have you looked at my question? This documentary, the 2,500 pages.
That report.
Have you seen that report?
Oh yeah.
You read all 2,500 pages?
Yeah.
Hell, you got more better than I
Well,
am.
that's my
Well, I'm retired. I've got lots of time.
Yeah, I stay busy all the time. I don't read hardly nothing anymore. Connie.
Yes.
I tell you, it's got to be hard on you too. Going through all this with him and for all these years of writing a book and listening to all him talk about Buford.
Well,
I bet
you know,
hate Buford. You hate the word, don't you?
This just started out as a hobby. This was not something Mike did as an investigation in the beginning. It was a hobby. He, later when he got sick with cancer and was dwelling on cancer, and that's all he could think about.
That's horrible.
It's time. I told him, I said, it's time for you to get your mind off that. Why don't you write that book everybody's asking you to write?
Right.
I never planned to write a book.
So Connie, I'm talking to Connie, Mike. Now you be quiet. Now he come into. I'm sorry, I don't want to disrespect you, but let her talk. She puts up with you, right?
Oh, a lot.
Okay,
and that's just it. They were talking about that. All Mike ever talked to was criminals. That is not a fact.
Well,
in a small house, you hear conversations. The phone's ringing all the time. People are calling Mike. I hear it.
Yeah,
I hear these people,
but I just
and I know
what it's like being the wife of Mike Elam. I'm going to say y'all's name right, and having to put up with this Buford thing for all these years. Are you about tired of it?
Well, I think it keeps him young. I think when you retire, you can't just sit down and do nothing.
You're right. You can't do that.
Something.
Don't y'all think? Don't you want to get on a boat and just ride off into the sunset?
Oh, and believe me, we have a very good, active family life.
Well, I know
with
you do, but I'm saying about this
and things.
Buford. Don't you just want to say one day, just how they say, ride off into the sunset?
Well, as far as I'm concerned, the TBI come out and said Buford was the person that most likely did it. The district attorney general agreed with that, and there's nothing more for me to prove.
You're right, but I want to throw you something. You know that you can try to indict a ham sandwich if you're law enforcement.
Yeah,
that's easy to say. The only one that really knows the truth are dead.
They're gone.
Well,
you see what I'm saying? I know you.
I get back to the totality of the evidence.
Yeah, you're right. I got to give you the digital there, whatever word I'm trying to say.
And if you'd heard a lot of these stories that people called Mike, I would hear them.
I'm sure you would.
And people get emotional when they tell you their story, and you spot pretty quick who's lying to you and who's being truthful, and. There's just so many things that Mike can't even convey to you.
Yeah, I understand. And there's a lot. We don't have enough time. But I just want to talk to you because you're the wife behind it. He made that remark earlier. You was his rock.
And his admin.
And you're by supporting him. And I think you need to be heard.
When I don't want to hear it or whatever, he'll close his door to where he's working. And I've got my activities. And, a lot of part of this, when he was writing his book and stuff, I was still working.
Well, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to help y'all out. Everybody comes on my show. You're in the Brewer Street Mafia Studios, correct?
Yes.
I don't know, but I've got good friends of mine. They own a distillery up here in Cadiz, Kentucky. It's called the Golden Pond Distillery. This is special made right here just for the Mike Weatherford Show. It's my special recipe. If you like it, I'm going to tell you it's my recipe. If you don't like it, it's theirs. Is that fair enough?
Oh, that's fair.
I want to present y'all with this.
Thank you.
What I want y'all to do with that is take a shot of that and leave Buford, my hero, alone. Will you promise me that? Is that fair?
Well, let me give you a present.
No, he ain't going to do it. Connie, he's not going
to do it. Here's a present I would like to give you. This is whenever the TBI finished up their investigation. This kind of summarizes a lot of.
Maybe I can read that. I didn't.
It's
some pictures in it too.
That
don't fill out anything I need.
Does have the insight.
I would like to say one more thing.
Ma'am,
there's been so much question about Mike's law enforcement and why he didn't stay in the career very long. I just want to say to people, when you have 2 young boys and your youngest looks at your daddy when he goes out the door and says, "Daddy, are you going to die tonight?" I think you can understand why Mike chose to go into private.
I back the blue. I can see that.
And
Connie, I do. And you had to
until
worry
you
too.
walk in those shoes, when someone's pulled a gun on you or you've had to pull a gun on someone else, you don't know what you're talking about.
You're right.
But you should respect the law. All this stuff tearing down about how long someone's in law enforcement, it's just not necessary.
That's right. Somebody asked on the live, what is his next investigation is?
Retirement.
You got your whiskey.
Moonshine. I'll be 75 here in less than 2 weeks now.
Just a number,
Mr.
Well, I know, but it's a number.
That's getting too close to home, man.
Hey, it's just a number.
That's getting close to home.
Hey, it's just a number. I'm telling you.
I'll look at the number of trips that I want to take. Between
take the trips and enjoy it.
Yeah,
don't worry about the number.
Mr. Elam, I want to tell you that I appreciate you coming on, and I give you all the respect you deserve, you and your wife both, and I hope y'all understand that.
Sure.
But you've broken my heart with my hero.
Well, I broke my heart.
I'm not going to tell you 100% believe you. Is that okay? But are you not related? Your last name is Elam, right?
It is.
Are you related to this gentleman right here?
Well, I often refer to him as my Uncle Jack.
Uncle Jack. Uncle Jack.
The only other Elam I ever heard of is that guy right there.
Uncle Jack. That's Uncle Jack.
Jack Elam.
One of the greatest character actors that you could ever find.
Yeah.
I can say, I don't know. I'm not going
see
to
the family resemblance.
I'm not going to disrespect your wife like that. But y'all do see some resemblance.
I try to do something with this eye every once in a while. I just haven't got it to do that.
And we got that run of movies that Buford made that was going to show or not. Yeah. Tell me about this.
That's a great one.
Tell me about it, again. That's the original, right?
That's the original.
1970. That's by far the best.
Yeah,
version,
Joe Don Baker knocked it out.
That's right.
What else we got?
No,
I didn't like that as well.
Not bad.
No, that did. That go back to that first.
Yeah,
I know my
the
producer.
original Walking Tall.
That right there
That
is
was
why
it.
I'm a Buford Pusser fan. Y'all folks can say Mike's got Mr. Elam on here. But that don't mean I don't love Buford. He's my hero. I told you that, and I've told Mr. Elam that, and we agree to disagree. We go. Is that okay, right?
I will say that Walking is my favorite law enforcement movie. From that
keep
genre.
that up there. I'm going to tell you one thing. I said this earlier. You've got to admit to me. Come on, help me out here. Give me one little old thing. He did a lot for law enforcement.
Well, I've said that many times.
Have you? Okay.
If it wasn't
Mike
for
has
him,
always said
Okay,
that.
good.
Oh yeah, he's told me
he
that.
probably
all
got
times.
more people involved in law enforcement than any other person.
Well, I'm
I
right.
can
Now,
think of.
I might like you a little bit better. I got to go ahead. Because you agree. Right?
Oh, here we go.
Hold on a minute. Y'all sure that's a Walking Tall movie?
No,
that looks
it's
more
not.
like some kind of, they wouldn't have their clothes on.
That title does remind you of a porn movie.
It does me. Hold on a minute. Y'all quiet. Is that, Ken, you're the associate producer, right? Is that a Buford Pusser movie?
It was originally released as an American Hero, but when it came out on VHS, you get a copy and Hard Stick shows up, and you're like, man, I'm going to push stop, you know? I want to be part of this.
Y'all guys always miss me. You're for real. That is a movie.
That is
Hard. Mike, we agree on two things now, right? That does kind of sound pornish. If that's a word. Wow. Hard Stick. Now, what's this about?
Why is Grady from Sanford and Son
Grady Wilson.
in the video at the museum? It's amazing. He's been dead for 25 years.
Hey, I like Grady. Now, don't
love
pick on
Grady.
Grady either. We'll fist fight over Red Fox now.
He had a Red Fox shirt.
Oh, yeah, there you go, brother.
You know, so
How's he tied into that, Ken? Do you know?
never figured that out, but you know,
I want that answer.
that's our investigation. That's our
right.
next. How did Grady from Sanford and Son get in the museum
That's
video?
crazy.
Yeah, shock.
But I like it now. I like it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is actually a little segment. He used to have a show where he would tell about this type of thing, and he did one about Buford.
Wow.
That was it.
That's cool, though.
Yeah,
Did you like Sanford and Son?
Oh, I loved it.
Oh my God, we need him back, don't we, God? That man, Red Fox is it, dude. I would laugh.
I was politically incorrect.
Oh yeah,
was
I still laugh.
Popular.
I've heard every show 50 times, but I still laughed, y'all. Him and the Jeffersons, you can't beat that comedy, man. That was good stuff, was it?
That,
Mr. Elam, I hope. Hold on, what do we got here?
You forgot to get your letters.
Let's get
a
fan mail tonight.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm going to step way back tonight, okay? I'm going to step way back. Go ahead.
Bill N. from Smyrna, Tennessee. Dear Mike, we're talking about me, Mike. You're not this time. I love the show about arrowheads. I used to find those in the field when I was a kid. I look forward to more shows like that. Thank you. Bill, hey, I appreciate you, brother. I like that show, too. I hope you went to Smyrna. They got another one coming up in Huntington, Tennessee, another arrowhead show. Need to go check it out. This is Dan W. from Fruitport, Michigan. Dear Mike, me and my wife watch your show every week. Great. We love the range of topics you cover. Unfortunately, my wife seems to be liking you. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Unfortunately, my wife seems to like watching you a little bit too much. To be honest, it makes me angry. In fact, if I didn't live 8 hours away, I'd come by that show of yours and tie you into a pretzel, and then I'd clothesline Ricky. He's nothing but trouble anyway.
Y'all got the law here tonight.
Keep up the good, great work. Dude, hey, dude.
Mailbox, man. Just check the mail.
That's what y'all's job is. Rick, now you're in it, brother.
Clothesline me.
Yeah, he gonna clothesline you.
Little wrestling move.
Yeah, little wrestling move. Well, Dan, I'm sorry. Don or Dan, I'm sorry if your wife feels that way, but I am a trophy. What do you expect?
I'm gonna start packing after this week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to start packing it. I can see it. That's some of my fan mail. What I have to put up with. What do you think?
Well, I know what it's like because I'm often mistaken for Brad Pitt.
Well, I can't see that, but I can see
What's that song?
Just ask Denzel Washington there what it's like.
That's exactly right. Ask Denzel, he can tell you.
He gets it all the time.
I want to thank y'all for coming in. And did you get a fair shake?
Oh, got a pretty fair shake.
But damn,
I wish you had a 5-hour program.
I can't do it. And an hour I give you a fair shake. You got to admit that, right? All right, Connie. Godspeed to you with this. You know, just do the best you can. You know, maybe you need to get you some letters like that, Mike. Oh, you probably get worse, don't you? I'm sure he does. But I want to tell you, I appreciate y'all coming in. Is your cancer good? You all right, man? Everything good? Godspeed to you, man. I hate that. I lost my mother and father both to that devil disease. It's a horrible disease, and Godspeed to you, man. I said, I want to wish your health and keep getting better. And Connie, thanks for coming in. Did you enjoy it?
You're welcome. Yes, I did.
It was fun, wasn't it?
Yes.
I appreciate y'all. You be safe. All right, folks, there you go. I'm going to say his name right just to piss everybody off. Mike Elam.
I'm surprised you said Jack. I was waiting on you to go down that rabbit hole.
And his brother, his Uncle Jack.
Uncle Jack.
You see the famous him. All right, oh, Lord, there, Mike. There you go. God almighty.
And that's a real face, too.
Yeah, that is real right there.
Hey,
that's how I feel.
Either. That's a real lie.
That's how I feel after you talking about Buford Pusser. That's kind of how I feel right there, Jack. I feel your pain,
for
brother.
what it's worth, I've posted some of those pictures on my Facebook page.
Oh, have you? Okay. That's great. All right, folks, like I said, if you don't like the message, don't be mad at the messenger. Hey, you never know. I might get somebody in here that wants to go on the other side and tell the other story. But let's be fair. I remember when I was younger, if you didn't agree with someone, that was okay. You didn't lose friendships. You didn't fight. You didn't argue. You just went on. And we need to bring that back, where we can learn to disagree and still be friends. You don't have to cancel somebody. If you don't like the food at the restaurant, just don't go back. Don't try to shut the damn restaurant down. Hey, we're all in this whole world together. Let's try to make it a better place, Do what we can. And am I happy with Mr. Elam's book about my hero? No. But I'm not mad at him, and I'm not going to disrespect the gentleman because he's entitled to what he believes. But you know what? He's allowed me to believe what I believe. And we all need to do that better. Hey, I want to thank you for tuning in. I want to thank my sponsors. And what about Nanny's? Y'all guys help me. Nanny's from Huntington. You're catering for the appetizers and sweets they brought us. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was good. You know, y'all get me in here and you feed me like that. Nanny, if you're watching, you know the address. You know how to get here. That's all I got to tell you. Hint, hint, hint. But hey, if you need some meals ready to go, try them out over in Huntington. It's Nanny's Catering. Look them up on Facebook, website, or look them up and call them. Our phone number 731-267-9884 when you're over in Huntington. Hey, tell them Mike sent you. Hey, one thing, try that chocolate-covered strawberry. Damn it, was only one left, and I got it. I don't know why they didn't leave me more than one.
Every Saturday, look at the menu.
That's right. I know it, man. I want to thank my buddy right here. Buddy, appreciate you.
Always a pleasure.
Hey, it was fun, wasn't it? Man, Bigfoot next week.
And you said it. You disagree to agree.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm not happy what he said.
Well,
no, I'm not sitting there. I'm happy.
I guess you disagree to agree. So
yeah, that's
at
what
the
we
end
do.
of the day,
It's okay.
It is. We're there's an American flag right there, right?
Damn right.
Okay, you're right. We're all Americans.
We got to get back to that.
We got to get back to flying that flag and stand
right.
behind it.
That's exactly right. Ken, appreciate you, brother. You're doing a great job. Let's give a round of applause to Ken. All right. Welcome to the team, Big Dog.
But thank you.
Big Dog. But you know what? I wish you wouldn't find these damn letters or what do you call it? The info dot. Hey, did we got? I don't know if I want to promote that damn thing or not.
You're gonna clothesline me. I got scared.
I don't know if I want to give y'all the word of contact for all your messages or not. I don't know if I want to put that out there or not anymore with these coming in. I don't look. I've got a great team. And let me be honest, y'all. I do some posting on my Facebook, on the Mike Weatherford Show, yes, but I've got a team that does that. They do a great job. You don't want me posting. It'll be messed up. These guys do a great job, and y'all send this stuff in, and sure, I read some stuff, but they save this stuff to get me on the air because they want to see my reaction, I'm sure. And I'm sorry about your wife, Don. I'm very sorry. But,
I'm going to tell you that letter and the one from last week, you may see a cat fight.
Might see a cat fight. That's okay. That's all right. But anyway, hey, send it in. I don't care. I'll look at it. Ken, I'll get them to me. And Ken does a great job. He's growing the show. We're moving the show up. We're going up. We're going on further. We're going to do some great things. We got some big things in the future. Like I said, don't forget next week, I got Martin Groves going to be in here. Going to be talking about that run-in he had up here at LBL with the dog man. Steve Causey is going to be here, the author of the book, talking about the massacre at LBL. That's going to be a great show. We're going to be telling you about June the 13th. We're going to be up there at the distillery, Golden Pond Distillery. We're going to be back up there with Cryptid Town Hall 2.0. I want you to come share your story. If you want to know what you've seen at Bigfoot or not, I'm going to bring you the expert. Martin Groves off of Monster Quest. Steve Calls, the author, will be there. And even Daryl Denton. He's coming back. Hey, all you got to do is tell your story, and they'll tell you if you've seen a Bigfoot or if it was Ricky or if it was Kevin or Ken or Dana or Donna. It might be any of that bunch. It ain't going to be me because I ain't going to be out there fooling around after dark. Not me, that fat boy.
A gun.
Yeah, I got a gun in my pocket. Ain't going to be no Bigfoot. But anyway, tune in next week. We'll tell you all about what's coming up. Steve Scalzi, Martin Groves will be live in the studio. You need to hear this show. It's going to be great. It's going to be a fun show. So, hey, I appreciate you tuning in. I want to thank all my viewers and my sponsor. Without y'all guys, I couldn't do it. But I want to give a big shout-out to my crew. Kevin Keel, Scott Norwood, Ken Atkinson, and Dana Allen. Without them guys, I couldn't sit up here and be the trophy that I am that gets threatened. Ricky, don't you sit over and grin, big dog. You're going to get clothesline. Clothesline. Here's a letter. I got it right here. Typed off. Right off the email. Big dog.
I'm just talking. All I'm saying is, when I'm more around a clothesline, I'm gonna be more careful from now on. I don't like a clothesline anymore after tonight. Okay,
there you go. You know, they get them old girls in the back on them, get the double D after them.
Well, I get that, but I'm telling you,
buddy, it's all in fun.
It's all in fun. Gotta love it.
All right, guys, y'all tune in next week. Same time, same place, and y'all help me. Like I always say, tell them, guys,
don't be late.
Great job. Mike Weatherford Show is recorded live at the Brewer Street Mafia Studios in downtown Paris. A Kill Media, Brewer Street Mafia Productions.